What could this be? This is internal bleeding. It might have been caused by something pressing against the palm. It would require a great deal of force to leave this mark on the victim. Was she struggling against the murderer? Or is there a different reason behind it? The shape on the end of the weapon's hilt appears to match the bruise on Alma's hand. This bruise could be from Alma pushing her hand against the hilt of the weapon. If that's the case, then the person who used this weapon would have to be... Yes. If the weapon is used by thrusting forward while applying pressure with the palm, then the only way Alma could get this bruise is if she was the one wielding the weapon. But what does this mean? Abigail was killed by the stab wound in her chest. The shape of her stab wound perfectly matches the shape of the weapon found in the clock. The bruise on Alma's palm indicates that she had been using the weapon. If Abigail was murdered by Alma, it would make sense for Abigail to respond to a phone call from her mother. There's also Abigail's final words to consider.
Stay away! Run!
Huh. Why would she say that? That's right. The killer was wearing a mask and covered in fur at the time. Even as Abigail lay dying, she had no idea that her killer was her own mother. That's why she called out, to warn her mother away. From the phone call, she would have assumed that her mother, Alma, was somewhere nearby. But if Alma is the murderer, how did she end up killed by the weapon that she had been using?
Dr. Kimishima, the results of our analysis have come in.
Good. Which analysis was this?
The wine glass. Something else was detected in the residue.
Well, what is it?
We've detected traces of benzodiazepine in the wine.
Benzodiazepine? Isn't that used in sleeping pills and anti-anxiety medication?
That's right. It seems to have been mixed in with the wine.
Little guy, was there any benzodiazepine found in Alma's body?
No, why? The results of the drug test came up with a negative on that.
That's all right. I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't the one taking it.
Okay.
These murders are too similar for us to dismiss the possibility that they're related. The wound on Alma's hand wasn't caused by external trauma, while Abigail's wound was obviously made using a sharp tool. At first glance, these may seem to be completely unrelated. However, if we consider any similarities or connections between the two corpses, these wounds may indicate some hidden link that we haven't discovered yet. If we believe that Alma is the one that killed Abigail, then Alma put the sleeping medication into the wine. Yes, her husband Joseph.
What do you mean? Are you saying?
That's right. Alma tried to kill Joseph as well.
But, Dr. Kimishima, isn't that just...
The weapon left a bruise on her palm. That is proof that she used the weapon.
But she was killed by that same weapon.
That's true. Let's stay calm and think this through. We have evidence that there was a struggle between Joseph and Alma, don't we? That is... Indeed, the bloodstains are quite likely from when Joseph was injured and grabbed Alma's wrist during the struggle.
Then, did Joseph kill Alma during that fight?
I'm just saying that this is one conjecture we could make.
But there's no motive. The family reportedly got along well.
Little guy, where is Mr. Parker right now?
Huh? He's still being detained.
Good. Tell him something. Tell him we found the weapon Mrs. Parker was using inside the clock.
All right, I'll do that. Where are you going, Dr. Kimishima?
I'm going back to the murder scene. I want to find Alma's motive.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, can I bother you for a moment?
What's the matter?
HQ contacted me just a moment ago. It seems Joseph Parker has a message for you.
The victim's husband? But why?
I don't know. I'll send the recording over to you right now.
This message is for whoever is investigating my case. I don't know who you are, but I'm impressed by your skills. Go to my house and check above the fireplace. My wife's diary should be behind the stones. You must already know that I can't stand. So that's the only thing I couldn't get rid of. If you read it, you might find out what my wife was truly feeling. Please, make use of that information.
That's it. Did you get all that, Dr. Kimishima?
I heard every word. I'll have to check above the fireplace. Above the fireplace, behind the stones. This must be it. Alma's diary is in here? Here it is. I should take it back to the office and go through it.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, can you spare a moment?
I do if it's about the case.
Well, of course it is. Alma Parker's autopsy is about to begin.
Good. I hope they find something.
Yes, and regarding the results, a tumor has been found in Alma Parker's prefrontal lobe.
A tumor?
Yes, it's about 5 centimeters in diameter, and it seems to have been causing CVD.
Cerebral vascular disorder. If that's so, then...
Yes, well, even if she hadn't been killed, she didn't have much time left.
That's not the point. Tumors in the prefrontal lobe cause visual and auditory hallucinations. There's the chance that this may explain her strange behavior.
Wait, so you think this is related to the case?
I found Alma's diary above the Parker's fireplace.
What? Then Joseph was...
He was telling the truth. Reading this may tell us more.
I write this diary giving thanks to the mountains and to the flowing waters. My headaches continue today. That bruise seems to have gotten bigger, too. Should I see a doctor?
A bruise. What is she referring to? That's right. She was still alive when she got that bruise on her hand.
I write this diary giving thanks to the mountains and to the flowing waters. A miracle happened today. I can barely believe it. I heard God's voice, beautiful and pure. The bruise on my hand is a sigil passed on to me by God Himself.